Hey guys, come on in. Hit that like button. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button, guys. We got a good one today. We got Candace Owens giving that good old red pill dating advice to fans. All right, guys? So, you know how we come over here. We come over here to critically think and to hear the truth and to bring the family together. You know what I mean? Yeah, I do a lot of destroying, but in order to build up something, you got to destroy the lies and the crab legs. All right. In order to get better, you got to bring the truth out. The truth got to come out, guys. You remember, yo, there is no lies in the truth. It's no, it's no comfort. It's no comfortability in lies, guys. You don't want to be a liar. You don't want to live in a lie at all. So, today we got some relationship advice, dating advice, not relationship, dating advice from our very own Candace Owens. So let's get started.
Owens. Okay, so I get a ton of questions. Hey guys, Candace Owens. Okay, so I get a ton of questions about dating. I guess people want me to give them dating advice, so I'm going to answer some of these questions now. When should I start talking to my partner about marriage? I'm probably the last person you should ask this to, or maybe the first person you should ask this to. Don't forget, I got engaged after 2 weeks. And when I say after 2 weeks, I mean I met my husband and then I was engaged 2 weeks later to him. I'm a big believer in not wasting any time. I know like there's, I guess, now some modern wisdom. You wait 2 years and then you start bringing up engagement, but that's 2 years of your life. You're not getting any younger. Women are definitely have to pay attention, especially if you want children. So I think that if what you're looking for in a relationship is eventually marriage and kids, you should feel comfortable talking about that right away. It doesn't mean that the marriage and the kids and engagement has to happen today, but it does let you know that you're dating somebody that is a serious individual and is not here.
All right, guys. So don't complicate common sense. What she's saying is, and this is biblical too. God, when you meet your if you're a rib, right, ladies, you're a rib. So when you meet your frame, you know that that's your frame. You get that gut feeling. You know what I mean? Naturally. Now, whatever you done did to your mind and your mindset, now, I mean, that's on you. You got to heal that. But a normal mind, normal people, the people that God created, when they meet their rib, guys, when you're a frame, so when you meet your rib, you know that's your rib, bro. You know that's your rib. You know what I mean? So that's what she's pretty much saying. And she's saying, ladies, you have a window. Ladies, you have a 15 to 16-year window. And after that window, you're done, son. She said it the nice way, you know what I mean? So go ahead, Candace.
To just Netflix and chill, as the kids are saying these days. What questions to ask on the first date? How did you know so soon with your husband? Okay, two different questions. With my husband, it was really weird. I just looked at his face and I knew I was going to marry him. It's the most bizarre thing in the entire world. Like it was his face. I don't know if I've seen it in a dream, but I was like, that's my husband. No questions asked. It was like a pull that I can't even explain. It was almost scientific. In terms of questions that you should ask on a first date, definitely figure out what they're looking for. I think that a lot of times men will be quite honest about that. And even if they're not honest to your face, they won't text you after that. And just, it'll let you know that they're just kind of looking to play around. So you should ask questions that give you the answers you're looking for. If you're somebody that wants a serious relationship, you should ask that individual, are you looking for a serious relationship? Are you looking to commit, or are you just kind of looking to date around? As I said before, if it's guys that are just looking to date around, it's a total and utter waste of your time. I don't think there's any reason at all for any women in the modern age to stick around with the guy that's not looking for anything serious.
And see, I like this because you ladies think that we don't give you help. We don't offer you guys solutions and relationship advice. So I should have titled this Relationship Advice for Women. And this is great advice for women right here. You know what I mean? This is great advice for women. Don't waste no time. Don't play games and know why you dating. Know why you busting it open. You know what I mean? Know what the person want from you. Know what the person expect. Learn your partner, guys. That's all it is. It's communicating. Communicating. See, we don't communicate when we go into situations looking to use somebody because we don't need to communicate with somebody that we fitting to use. You know what I mean? But we got to heal from that, guys. We got to heal from that. It start with us as an individual.
What was the worst piece of dating advice that you received, and did you follow it? Oh gosh, well, I feel that anytime you are dealing with women that have this sort of flamboyant, oh, just have fun, just do whatever, like it totally doesn't matter. Like it does matter. It actually does matter. And I think that when I was younger, there was all of this encouragement coming from various sources that, like, you know,
All right, let's uncomplicate the common sense. Beware of the whole friends you have, ladies. The whole friends that surround you, beware of them. And fellas, also your thirsty Rodney, your thirsty D Rodney friends. Stay away from them niggas, man. Them niggas make you look bad, bro. They fuck your whole swag up. Even if you a thirsty nigga, hanging around a thirstier nigga make you bring out your thirst, bro. And ladies, yo, stay away from them thought pockets, yo. Them thought pockets, they only there to compete with you. They want you to run your body count up. Because they gonna run their body count up, but they want to be able to talk about how you ran your body count up while they sit back and lie and eat crab legs about their body count. You know what I mean, guys? It's not cool. You can't be a man. It's not cool to take this mindset. Oh, since men could do this, we are two different beings, guys.
to be a woman in the modern age means to sleep around, to date, to be like a guy. It doesn't matter. You're going to have no feelings. You will have feelings. I mean, I think, you know, hooking up, dating, cuddling, all of that is inherently something that inspires you to have feelings. Oxytocin, for example, as they call it, the cuddle hormone, that's a.
And that's what I tell my pump and dump guys, yo. All right, pump and dump. Hopefully you doing that protected. Because when you enter a female, bro, unprotectedly, and you give her your energy, bro, it's real hard. I don't give a fuck who you think you is or how ugly the bitch is. This is how niggas get caught up sexing with the ugly bitch because coochie has that power over niggas, bro. Coochie, period, has that power over niggas. So in order to not get dragged into the spell, go make towel. You know what I mean? Wrap up. You know what I mean? But the minute you start getting in that pleasure, that it feel good, that's the minute Jezebel spirit then jumped on your back.
Real thing. And so when people are trying to tell you that you're going to outthink that and it's not going to matter and you can just have a casual relationship with a guy, I think it's the worst piece of advice you can possibly give a young woman. In the end, it just ends up with them being hurt. Where to meet strong conservative man? Not on Instagram. I am not being funny when I say that.
I tell you guys all the time, get the fuck off the internet and go outside. Just being on the internet in that shopping market is automatic red flag. If only a smart person, it don't matter if you're a man or a woman, there's any smart person to tell you, somebody that's addicted and hooked to this shit show called Instagram and Gyno Land, Facebook, they brain is mush. They brain is mush. They need help. Anybody can tell you that. They are out of touch with reality.
I'm always very suspect when guys are very into social media. I think that psychologically, everything that's on the internet is almost like soft porn. It's actually something that I've talked about with my husband, and it's not good if guys are constantly looking at, I guess, advertisements for different women. And I think it's the reason why we have men in the past that seem to be so focused on their families, and men today who kind of feel like, oh, well, look, Tinder, I can just swipe to the left, or I can buy a different brand, as if they're shopping for cars in different makes in different years. So I think that depending on how religious you are, you can definitely meet a good person in church, but in any sort of conservative institution. You know, I know people that like to go to political events tend to find others that are drawn by the same interests, and they find that, oh, hey, we have the same thoughts and ideas by going to a conference or something of that sort. So if you're interested in conservatism, do conservative activities, and you're likely to draw a conservative to yourself. What are your thoughts on saving kissing for marriage? You know, I would say that I would not expect people to save kissing for marriage, but it is funny because me and my husband did not have our first kiss until after we were engaged. So, I mean, post-engagement, but that was just kind of because we got engaged so quickly. But no, I don't think it's a problem for people to be kissing before they're married.
Now, I don't really like kissing, so I'm gonna leave this question alone. I don't like kissing, but you do what you feel. Kissing is just kissing, but you know what I mean. I don't really like kissing like that. Like,
I think that's, I don't judge you if you want to wait to kiss until you're married, but I don't think it's a bad thing to kiss someone before you get married. What are your suggestions for a relationship in a rut with a lot of frustrations? My suggestion, and this would actually go back to probably the best piece of dating advice I ever received, was from Bruce Jenner on a very early season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. He was talking to Courtney about her rut of a relationship with Scott Disick, and we know how that turned out. And he said, when you're dating somebody, that's as good as it's ever going to get. And what he meant by that was that a lot of people have this idea that your relationship's going to get into a rut and it's going to be weird and it's going to be bad. But then once you get married or once you have a kid, it's going to be happily ever after. And so many women kind of hold this perspective. It's like, just as soon as I get the ring, it's going to be better. And that's not true. I think when you're dating, that is kind of the high, the emotional high, the, oh my God, this is amazing. And so if you're starting to see that start to taper off and you're not married yet, you're just in a relationship, I'd pay attention to those signs because you may not have found that person that you're meant to do life with.
I was about to say, if you're in a rut, slow down. First thing you want to do is slow down and appreciate the things that you have. All right. Then realize that relationships go through phases. All right. It's not going to stay in the honeymoon phase forever. All right. What the person who has the power in the relationship was treated the best in the honeymoon phase. That phase is not gonna last forever. So if you're the man and you was getting, if the shorty was overly anxious for you and she was treating you like this, know that when the relationship becomes a relationship, that honeymoon phase and all that treatment go and subside. Likewise, ma'am, if he was kissing your ass through the honeymoon phase, when it get into the relationship part of it, now I mean, after dating and it goes into now we're serious and we're exclusive, that's when the work starts. So you can't expect the honeymoon phase. So you got to start to appreciate what you do have. If you look within yourself and your relationship and you can't find anything to appreciate, then it's time to move on. Plain and simple. There's nothing else you could do. Stop the relationship cap. No, don't be in a relationship just to say I'm in a relationship and then you're miserable. That's relationship cap.
Hi, Candace. As a Gen Z, I wonder, where can I find masculine men? You should date a 60-year-old. I'm just kidding. Don't date a 60-year-old. But I understand the predicament that you're in, and it's partially due to this culture that is telling men to be more feminine. It's super frustrating. But they do exist, and actually what you will find is that the more effeminate men exist in these city bubbles. And when you kind of move into the rest of America, you're still going to find the farmers, the ranchers, the people that are working with their hands, the construction workers. I mean, the qualitative difference in men from when I lived in New York and lived in DC versus when I moved here to Tennessee, I can't even tell you. Like, it's not even the same ballpark.
And that's a fact. What she's saying is true. In the inner city, we have a problem. We have a fatherless Black America problem. We have a fatherless America issue. But it's prevalent in my area, in the hood. Yes. So we have moms raising their kids. So the crop of men for you Gen Zers are gonna be bitches, many versions of their mother. You know what I mean? And you will blame the man, you'll beat the man up, you'll bash the man, but you won't say nothing to the person who raised them.
There, probably just not in those cities that a lot of people tend to go into when they're in like college and at university and things of that nature. Do you keep in touch or follow any exes? Answer to that is absolutely not. I am super conservative when it comes to that. I think when you are a married woman,
Now, what kind of hot thought pocket do you think this woman is? Y'all gotta try something else. You gotta try something else, man. Do she look like she's that type? And this is where you can tell the difference, guys, between the 29% women like Candace Owens and that 29% mindset that I teach you guys about, the rare virtuous women, from the 71% women. Because the 71% women would have answered this question totally different. They would have tried to make it, they would have tried to justify keeping that attention. Keep why it's cool to have that attention, that little orbiter or that little thirst bucket to give her attention in her side pocket. She would have tried to justify it. Keep in mind, Candace shot it down. No. Bang, no. Easy. That's a 29% female.
I'm not about that life of, oh, I'm just friends with my ex. I think if you've ever had a relationship with another man, it's super disrespectful, especially in a marriage, to maintain a relationship. I don't buy any of that, like, we're just friends and yada, 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 but it used to be more. It's just a definite not for me. I seem to be more mature than guys my age and it makes it hard to date and commit. Any tips? I don't know how old you are, but that's very common. Guys take a lot longer to mature than women. Guys kind of have to get that thing out of their system. And I'll tell you a secret, they never really grow up. You got to see, even the men, when they get together, they turn into little boys. I mean, my husband, and like building himself a man cave and then hearing the construction workers talk to him, oh, we could put a humidor, oh, it would be so cool. It could be like Batman. So there are aspects of a guy which are very sweet. They're kind of always boys, but I find that guys kind of ripen around 28, 29, like in their mid 20s. So if you're younger than that, you're probably not. I mean, there's always exceptions, but as a rule, younger guys are a little bit more immature than women. And we actually tend to mature a lot quicker. And there's probably some biological aspects to that. Women, you know, we have to carry the children and these are our baby making ages. And I actually, even if you look at a little kid, little boys versus little girls, the little girls are so nurturing and they got their dolls and they have to take care of the dolls. And the little boys are just like banging their heads into trash cans. They're like, oh, it's really funny. So it's super endearing. They do eventually grow out of it. They never really grow out of it, but they will be ready to commit and be.
That's 100% fact. As a real alpha man, she ain't say no lie right there. She ain't say no lie. That ain't affect my ego. That ain't bother my pride. That's absolutely 100% fact. Because we all have some childish in us. Men, real men. I watch wrestling still, guys. That's my shit. You know what I mean? We never grow up, really.
In a serious relationship. So, I mean, I dated an older guy once. He was 9 years older when I was 21, and it was great. It was nice, and it felt like that was the right thing for that time for me. So, I'm not giving you advice to go find an older man. I'm just saying they do eventually grow up. If you have great communication with a guy, but he's asking sexual questions, do you cut him off since he's most likely like that with other girls? Yeah, I mean, I would probably say that that signals to you that you don't really have great communication with him. I just find that to be weird if you're just talking with him and he's asking you like explicit questions. It's I don't really find that.
All right, guys. Now this is gonna be good. This is gonna be a learning tool for you guys. This is free game now. Watch how this conservative 29% women answer this question, guys. Because remember, we want good women, right? We want good women. We don't want the women that are just busted wide open because they got mental disease issues and shit, right? We want the good woman. So let's hear how good women think, bro, so that we can counteract that, all right? This is a Kevin Samuels moment. You know how the girls go to Kevin Sams and they hear shit that they really don't want to hear, but then they go and they learn and then they come back. This is one of these moments, guys. Let's listen to what Can's got to say for this.
Probably say that that signals to you that you don't really have great communication with him. I just find that to be weird if you're just talking with him and he's asking you like explicit questions. It's I don't really find that to be appropriate. I mean, I don't know the nature of your relationship, but I would
It's
think that
thirsty,
that's pretty
guys.
telling of what's on his mind, what's a primary concern on his mind. And I don't think that unless you're looking for that, I would imagine that that's probably all of the red flags that you need. Best place to meet quality women that aren't fickle. Church. 8 years together. I called off engagement because he's still not.
Hold on, I disagree with that. I disagree with that. I'm still doing my research for you guys, fellas. I'm doing my research for you guys, fellas. I don't agree with that. See, me and Candace don't agree on everything. We don't agree on everything. So, fellas, you hold off on that. Cause she is a virtuous woman and she believe in the church, right? Don't mean the bitches that's in the church they believe in the church. No, 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 no. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that, Candace.
Not ready. Can't leave each other though. Leave. Oh my gosh, I could tell you horror stories of girls that do
Hold on,
this.
what was that question?
Meet quality women that aren't fickle. Church.
No.
8 years together. I called off engagement because he's still not ready. Can't leave each other though. Leave. Oh my gosh, I could tell you horror stories of girls that do this. I mean, I know two girls that were in relationships for 10 years with a guy and gave these men their best years because, you know, men kind of age like fine wine and, you know, they don't have to worry so much about their reproductive vitality. And
Y'all heard that, ladies? This is free game for the ladies now. You see how we do over here? Free game for the ladies. You heard what she said? That's honest. That's accountable women right there.
Women are not the same. And so if you're giving this guy 8 years to make a decision and the decision is still, I don't want to make a decision, then I am telling you, he is the guy, I've seen it happen twice, that is then going to meet a girl, like you're just there, you're a placeholder. He's going to meet a girl and he's going to be engaged 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, and you're going to be like, what happened to the last 8 years of my life? And I feel so terrible for those girls, but they knew they should have left earlier, but they didn't have the strength to do it. Have the strength to do it. Leave. Don't be somebody else's placeholder.
And that's an honest fact, y'all. Y'all confuse building a guy and building with the guy. You see, y'all don't want to build with the guy. Y'all want to build the guy. But when y'all build the guy and y'all get that control and y'all start controlling men, that all y'all doing is controlling him for the next person, for the next female. I mean, you building him for the next female. No real man is even gonna allow you to build him, sis. A real man is like, nah, fuck out of here. You know, what I mean? You can build with me, but you not building me. Y'all like them dudes that y'all gotta build. And this is what happened. When y'all get them dudes that y'all like to build, now y'all done built y'all something that y'all is programmed to y'all, but he ain't committing because naturally he know it don't feel right. And now you stuck with him because now you don't want to give away your programming, because you can't stand to see another bitch with your program with something you program. See how you drive yourself crazy. You drive yourself crazy.
I'm 15 and there's a girl I like and I don't know how to ask her on a date. Just ask her. The worst thing that can happen, ready, is she's going to say no. That's it. And you know what? You're going to have a bruised ego for a couple of days, but I'm
Facts, fellas. Free game, fellas. Look, you hear it from the horse's mouth, from her mouth to your ears, yo. And this is for my guys with this approach shit. You know what I mean? I get a lot of questions, especially from the teenagers about that age, 15, about approaching. Bro, you are young, bro. You are so young. You just started the game. You can afford to hear a no. You could afford to hear no a couple of times. Twice you could afford to hear no. You hear me? And keep it going. Remember, it's a video game. Mario start out small. And as he play, he turn big, then he get the fire, then he get the you know what I mean, the fly shit, man. Come on, man. Nobody start out on some yes, everybody. No, it don't work like that. You gotta approach though. If you don't approach, you ain't gonna never start the game though. The game never starts for you if you don't pull up to them.
leave. Don't be somebody else's placeholder. I'm 15 and there's a girl I like and I don't know how to ask her on a date. Just ask her. The worst thing that can happen, ready, is she's going to say no. That's it. And you know what? You're going to have a bruised ego for a couple of days, but I'm telling you, your ego will be made up by the fact that you did something that was actually really cool and manly. Asking a girl on a date. Girls are missing that. Guys that hold doors or have the strength to ask them out on dates and not hidden behind these apps or sending an Instagram message. I mean, just ask her. Say, hey, do you want to grab lunch sometime? Hey.
It's free game, guys. And it's true. A lot of guys is with this red pill and they popped the pill and they done went all left with it. You know what I mean? So these chicks, they waiting for that real man to come up to them with no bullshit, none of this okey doke shit. Remember, with good women, you ain't gotta game them. All you gotta do is give them a game plan. Like, yo, what's up? You know what I mean? It ain't what you do, it's how you do it, guys.
Do you want to catch a movie sometime? And if she says no, oh well, she's not the one and you'll meet somebody else. At home date night idea. I love cooking, so I always think cooking together is fun. My husband is also a good cook, so that's a great thing. Other than that, if we're at home, it's usually making dinner, and then we love to watch shows together. So I know that sounds like I'm an old person because we do like to stay inside a lot more these days. We have a son, so it's just easier for us to do a dinner date night. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed that advice coming from me. Dating advice. I've been out of the game for a little bit and I have a kid, but I think there are some good mistakes that I've made from the past that you don't have to make. So, hope you enjoyed that.
Yes, we did enjoy that, Candace. And like I said, you are always welcome here at the School of Common Sense because you ain't got nothing but common sense, girl. All right, guys. Thank y'all for coming to class today. Leave some homework in the comments section. 2 videos is about to pop up on the screen, guys, so that you can continue your listening and your entertainment over here at the School of Common Sense. Please click into the videos, guys. It's good for the algorithms, and it'll boost my watch time. Thank you, guys. Until next class, y'all get home safe now. All right, guys.